I'm Dr. David Baker Hargrove.
And I'm Robert Baker Hargrove.
And we're at the top of your inbox. This is the place where we come together to talk about all of lessons learned from all of our years of working as business owners and business leaders, both together and individually, and also talking about hot topics that are relevant to business leaders and business owners in the industry today.
And our goal is for us to be able to help develop and give you a little bit of a business bite for you to take it back and apply it to your business or your leaders to help your business grow and your leaders develop. So Dr. Dave, what's at the top of your inbox today?
So today, I thought that we would discuss the topic of how business opportunities can come at any moment, and so you better be ready.
So when we're talking about you better be ready and thinking that they can come at any moment, does that mean I'm always have to be anxious, or is that a different perspective you're taking?
Well, here's the funny thing about that. I mean, when you say that, or, certainly that can be angst producing. And for a lot of people, that is kind of anxiety producing, because when you think about I've got to go to networking events and I hate that because it's like, oh my gosh, I had to go sell myself.
And that's a lot of work.
Yeah. And for a lot of people, that really is angst producing. And so what we want to talk about today is perhaps just giving some tips about how we may be able to level the playing field on that a little bit and take a little bit of the anxious sting out of there.
So what I like to think about is always having maybe a 30-second spiel ready to go, because it can come at any time, so you have to be ready to talk about your business. But the other aspect of that is always ask the other individual about their business and what they do. And while you're listening and absorbing that, think about how you can connect, because then right after that, you can begin to build that bridge and think about the whiff and what's in it for me. And you can let them know how then your business can help supplement, be supportive, or bring even potential growth and development to their business, how you can work together. What's the synergy there? And that's a really key aspect of being able to make sure that they understand that when you're talking about business and from your perspective of what you do, the synergy of how their business can be incorporated is immense. And that really takes that business relationship to another level.
Yeah, so, it really is about how you sell your product or your service through yourself. But more importantly, I think most people think about this is all about really pushing your product. Oh, you got to close, who you are and your business and your product on the other person. But more importantly, this is really about making a connection with the other person, because they want you to be interested in them. And I think that we so often have the wrong mindset that we're trying to make that person interested in purchasing our service or purchasing our product.
Exactly.
And the purchasing interest really comes when we are interested in them.
Yeah, and it comes from also knowing your value. What's the value in your product or services? What's the value in what you bring? So that way, when you're talking about that, when you know your value, people will become attracted to you. They will be drawn to you. They'll be drawn to your business, because when you know that value, you're able to then have conversations about that value and how it ties into them and their business and their company.
Exactly. Talk about how you have the great metaphor about a realtor.
Oh yeah. So whenever you're selling houses and a realtor comes in and they say, oh, we have to stage the house. The reason and the purpose for staging a house is for people to be able to see themselves in the house. Or if they can't see certain things work, you're giving them ideas of how that space can work for them. So in a sense, you want to stage your business. You want to be able to articulate and discuss your business in a way that helps people see themselves connecting with your business. That synergy moment I was talking about a little earlier. You really want to help them be able to see, oh, this is a great opportunity for us to connect, or how we can be supplemental partners, be a partner, be a contractor, be a distributor, whatever it is that's potential for. You really want to be able to help them see working with your organization, your company, through your products or services.
So what you're really doing is you're creating a connection where they see themselves as having success by partnering with you.
Being a connector.
Yeah, and so that's really what you're doing. Now, that's not necessarily something that's easy to do. It doesn't come natural to everyone. And so that's going to create some forethought that is really going to have to be done on your part, and so you're going to have to think about it, because you don't want it to come off as being canned or seeming, kind of just boring.
Dry and
one-
not personal.
Right. One of the things that I really hate, and I tell you, and this has probably happened to you too, and I'm sure that you don't like it either, but I get so many messages on LinkedIn all the time from somebody who's trying to connect to me, and they say, hey, I saw your profile, and I think that we can have great synergy together, and we should do business together because we can help each other's business grow. Why? You clearly don't know my product. You clearly don't know my business. You clearly don't know who I am. It's clearly that you haven't researched me. So that seems canned, it seems artificial, and it seems completely inauthentic. Authenticity is the key in today's business world. If you seem inauthentic, then you are going down the wrong path.
Absolutely, because what that does is it begins to build up a wall, and you aren't able to build that relationship. You aren't able to then let the value of the company or the product and services that you are talking about and discussing really shine through. And that in itself is not being ready. By being able to understand and be authentic at all times and really understand where your authenticity comes from, then you're able to really then share that value.
Now, and to be fair, this is not necessarily a skill set that everybody has, and
No,
being
not at
able
all.
to
No.
think off the top of their head and build these connections and, and say, oh my gosh, let me tell you how, I'm learning about your company and how we can actually create authentic synergy. That's not something that everybody has a natural skill set to be able to do,
No.
but it can be developed. And if you don't know that you can do that, or you don't feel confident in that, that's where BHC Assessment and Consulting can come in.
Absolutely.
Because we can teach you how to do that.
And we can work with you on that. So don't be afraid. If you ever have a question, just ask. And so feel free to reach out to me at robertbakerhargrove.com
Or davidbakerhargrove.com.
or bhcassessment.com.
Well, that's about all the time we have for today.
Sure is. And for now,
We'll see you next time because we are at the
top of your inbox.